Alright guys, so hello and good morning and welcome back to Fallout 4. I am Ninja Andrew and I have no idea where my companion is. Okay, here we go. Good times. Good times. Okay, so in our last mission, we found out some more information about Kellogg, or at least where we have to go next, which is we have to go talk to Piper. And then we saw that huge Brotherhood ship come in with all the vertibirds, and that was all crazy at the end of the mission, and we were told to listen to our radio frequency. When we went to listen to it, it said return to Captain Dance, essentially. He was on the radio telling us to return to base. So I'm going to kind of do both of those things today, but I think the first thing that we need to deal with is poor Valentine here and his very, very crappy weapon, and also I need to upgrade another weapon of my own, so I figured let's just do both at the same time. This isn't really like a weapon upgrading video, so to speak, but just doing this real quick so you guys can see what I'm doing with my weapons. So basically this is my old bull barrel powerful 44, and now we have Kellogg's pistol, which has the bonus effect of refills action points on a critical hit. So essentially there's a way to use this gun so you never run out of VATS. Oh, that's a pretty good bonus feature to have. So I'm going to take off the stuff from this gun and put it on Kellogg's pistol. So basically return everything here to its original. At least it's nice and easy to do this. And this time I'm actually going to switch and make okay, we've got the bull barrel on it, got the comfort grip. I'm going to switch the sights to the reflex sights. I've been watching Misty play with them, and I think that as much as I like the scopes on it, well, I've never tried the recon scope. Maybe that's something I need to try. But for now, I'm just going to put the reflex sight on it. I think it works slightly better for the ranges that I mostly use it at. And then I also took here a tactical submachine gun. It just happened to be a submachine gun that I had. There's nothing special about it, but I'm going to just... I might as well have one leveled up submachine gun, so why not, right? Level it up for Valentine here, because I think he would look kind of sweet with a submachine gun, you know, kind of gangster.
Hey, do something for you? Whatever you need.
Let's do it, buddy. Alright, what a recoil compensated? Yes. And he's gonna need some ammo. So I don't have a ton of ammo for this guy that I'm willing to part with, but I have a decent amount. I kind of went through and looked at what all I had ammo-wise, and it seemed like 45. I don't tend to use my 45 a hell of a lot, so should be able to part with some of these at least and not notice the difference. I'm just going to give him like 500 for now. That way if he uses them up really quickly, I can do something else with them instead, but... let's see. How does that look? Oh yeah. That's badass. Sweet Jesus. Alright. And I'm going to put away this little tiny pistol. And I'm going to put favorite the position of Kellogg's pistol. There we go. Let's just take a look at that real quick before we head out.
I got word of a settlement that needs our help. I'll mark it on
No. Fuck you, Preston. Fuck you. I'll have to do that mission later, I guess. On my own time. Thanks a lot, Preston. Always filling me up with useless missions. Okay. So first things first, we're gonna go talk to Piper. Let's go to the market, actually. So that'll work us inside the walls versus outside the walls of Diamond City. And we're just gonna see what she suggests as far as pursuing the Institute and that part of the storyline. I'm not intending to necessarily go on with that anytime soon, but at some point, I guess, we'll have to go back to that. But I want to see what's going on with the Brotherhood first.
You see that big blimp? It's the Brotherhood of Steel. Why are they here?
I know, right? Questions. And,
Hanging out with Valentine, huh?
I don't...
Nick is good people.
I don't see the blimp. Yeah, Valentine is good people. I'm good people. What the hell are you talking about? Then what? You're the one standing on a box. Oh, this in the face. Okay, so, Piper should be in here. Although, it's telling me to go 35 above in another direction. So, maybe she's outside walking around. Let's see. Oh, well, there we go.
Well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
No, I'm not.
Kellogg kidnapped my son, handed him over to the Institute. I'm going to find them and make them regret what they've done to me.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there. But to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
I kind of blew his brains out.
Whatever you're thinking, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to go quietly the moment I saw him.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
You're welcome for the best story ever. Jeez.
Doesn't matter what he knew. I'd kill him again in a heartbeat.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Good Neighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it would be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Why did we come and talk to Piper?
I hope you're right, Nick.
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
Sounds good, Nick. I like the way you think.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... who's coming with me?
I have to go to the Memory Den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. If you want to head there together, just say so.
I'm gonna take Nick.
It's you and me, Nick.
Let's get going. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
While you two are out, I'm gonna do some more research. I'll be here if you need me. And by the way, at some point, you owe me an interview. I want to hear how this whole story got started.
I just want to see how it ends. Alright, let's roll out.
Even good people do crazy things when they're scared. It'll be Diamond City's motto.
You know, Nick, you see a lot of things that make a lot of sense. Alright. So, secondary objective. Report to Paladin Dance. So I think we're going to see what Dance wants. That memory den sounds interesting, though. Might be up for a little exploration today. Depending on what the Brotherhood wants, maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. Which would be very unlikely, given that Fallout's probably going to make us go to the opposite ends of the world for each of these, but we'll see how it goes.
Must have spent a whole case of ammo holding this site.
Suppose that means we missed all the fun. No one's gonna move on this place now that the Prydwen's in town.
Why can't you just pronounce it Prydwen? Why does it have to be Prydwen? Herp derp. Well, if there's more Brotherhood around now, I want a Brotherhood suit of power armor. Let's see what Dance is up to. Reporting in,
Cavalry's
sir.
arrived, and it looks like they sent in the big guns.
Yeah, I am here now. What the hell's the Brotherhood doing here?
All I want to know is, when can I get up there?
I felt the same way the first time I saw it, too.
We call our ship the Prydwen. She's loaded with enough troops and supplies to mount a major offensive. If she's here, Elder Maxon's here. And that means we're going to war.
After rolling that thing in, you've certainly started a war.
No one brings that much firepower without plans to use it.
If history's proven anything, it's that an overwhelming show of force has a chance of halting a conflict before it begins. Besides, why should we hold back when we have something like that at our disposal? That being said, you're about to get to know the Prydwen up close and personal. I've received orders that we're both to report to her immediately. Follow me up to the roof of the police station. We're going for a little ride.
Just because you have big toys doesn't mean you should be the one in charge. Alright. Coming with you.
I can't believe super mutants were human ones. How could science have gone so wrong?
What? Come on now. Would have been interesting if there had been a little bit more dialogue between him and Valentine. Just because, like, they've never met before. Could have done a whole, like, I don't trust him, why'd you bring him here? And then you have to stick up for Valentine or throw him under the bus. Is this all I gotta do? Just... Alright.
You don't see a lot of vertebrates in this kind of shape.
That minigun in front of you. loaded and ready to fire. If you spot anything hostile during the flight, I suggest you put it to good use. Make sure you properly identify your targets before you start shooting. We don't want to have any mishaps and fire on the locals.
Well, this is the first time I've ever been flying in a Fallout game. See, the town of Cambridge down below us.
It never ceases to amaze me how drastically your perception of the battlefield changes from the air. We're gonna need that edge when we take on the Institute. They've already proven that they're technologically superior, which means there's no telling what types of weapons they'll have in their arsenal. Hopefully, our air superiority and tactical know-how will make the difference.
I think that's where the Institute is.
And I'm betting that Elder Maxon will have a plan already in place by the time we arrive.
Methinks thou put too much faith in yon Elder Maxim.
I wish everyone down there believed in our cause.
Oh.
But they've been blinded by rumors and misinformation. They don't realize that the Brotherhood of Steel is the Commonwealth's last hope for survival. Every man, woman, and child below is in mortal danger.
Ah, I think you've been drinking the Kool-Aid dance.
Time before the enemy overwhelms the population.
I don't think that's true.
And I will gladly spill my own blood if it ensures our victory.
A little bit fanatical, aren't we? I think I'm the best hope for the Commonwealth because I'm not frickin' crazy. But that's just my thought. Welcome back again, Mike. Woot. It is nice to see people on a regular basis. Oh, what? What? Taking pot shots at me. That's not fair. Oh, yeah. Gotta go there at some point. Man. Lots of stuff to explore. Lots of stuff we haven't seen yet. Holy. I know this is probably a little bit hard for you guys to see on screen. It kinda... It must have changed time when I fast traveled. Oh, they're holding down the airport. That's not bad. Some interesting islands.
There she is. It's been far too long since I've been aboard. All right, soldier. This is the moment when everything changes. I hope you're ready.
Who earns it not getting to shoot anything? Oh, shit.
You mind keeping an eye out for a second? Thanks. What'd I miss?
There we go. Seems like that's a very dangerous way to land, so to speak. Dock.
Permission to come aboard, sir?
Permission granted. Welcome back, Paladin. Allow me to be the first to congratulate you on a successful mission. And is this our new recruit?
Yes, sir. I feel promoted him to initiate, and I'd like to sponsor his entry into our rankings personally.
Yes, we've read your reports. You'll be pleased to know that Elder Maxon's approved your request. Place the recruit in your charge.
Thank you, sir. And my current orders?
You are to remain on the Pridman and await further instructions.
Very good, sir. Ad Victoriam, Captain.
Ad Victoriam, Commandant.
Looks like we need to talk to him.
You're the one Paladin Dance has taken under his wing. You don't look much like a soldier to me.
You don't look like much of a soldier to me, so I think we're pretty much fair there, you know?
And what's a soldier supposed to look like?
A soldier is supposed to be an efficient killing machine, not a relic from the past playing catch-up with the rest of the world.
Why don't you try me on then, bro?
Stepped in and vouched for you. We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Oh, so you're gonna be a douche about it, huh?
It's proven disastrous in the past.
Okay.
I've read Paladin Dance's reports.
Just paint us all with one brush, huh?
You might expect an endorsement like that to grant you a great... The Brotherhood of Steel has traveled to the Commonwealth with a specific goal in mind. As the captain of this vessel, I won't allow anyone to jeopardize our mission, no matter how valuable they think they are. Understood?
What exactly is your mission here?
I'm not at liberty to say. Elder Maxon will be addressing the crew shortly, and I'm certain all of your questions will be answered. Now, was there anything else, or was everything I said understood?
Just in case everybody wants to know, the guy who's voicing this character played Tuvok on Star Trek Voyager. Herp derp. I don't know.
If you're planning to stay with the Brotherhood, I need you 100% committed at all times. Nothing less will do. That's all for now, soldier. Your orders are to proceed to the command deck for the address, after which Elder Maxon wishes to have a word with you. If you have any questions, ask me now. Otherwise, you're dismissed.
Where can I get power armor?
Only knights are allowed to wear Brotherhood power armor. And you're no knight. Not yet. Until Elder Maxon grants you that title, you'll have to make do with what you've got. Anything else?
Burns.
What are my orders?
Your orders are to proceed to Elder Maxon's address, after which he wishes to speak with you. Anything else?
I guess I'll ask him.
Can you tell me anything about Elder Maxon?
Elder Maxon is the supreme commander of the Brotherhood.
Without his tenacity and his vision, we'd still be a small group of complacent stragglers, occupying the Citadel in the capital wasteland.
In a mere decade, he's grown the Brotherhood of Steel into a major military force.
He's an inspiration to us all. Is there anything else?
I don't have any questions.
Then I suggest you head over to the command deck immediately. Dismissed, Initiate.
Trust me, friend. Neither me nor the machine wins out in that trip.
So that's Nick, how he feels about everything.
I'm all in. Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure thing, bro.
Is something wrong?
Well, I sort of had the same question. It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. Folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Yeah, let's just throw two random things in so that I have to ask what they are.
Broken
Okay.
mask.
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them.
Terminators.
Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
T-850 up to the T-1000. Oh, shit.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, the Synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. They were damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd known for an evening.
So that's some innuendo.
The guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing. Just stumbled on a crying girl in 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero. Offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than they are today. I told them I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep, beep.
Really?
The hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
You're not a spy, right? Testing. Hello, Institute, can you hear me?
Well, if I know.
Oh no.
I am. The Institute's plan to gather intel
Sorry.
on all the runaways of the Commonwealth has been going off without a hitch.
Alright.
Was it hard settling in?
Well, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. Got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins.
Is that how you
But I
lost
guess
your
folks
face?
never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see.
Nice job, Nick.
And things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. With some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
Sounds good, bro. Well, that's interesting. Learn a little bit more about Mr. Valentine.
Welcome aboard.
Yes, that was the perfect time to say something. Right as I hit the button to go through the door, start talking to me. Alright.
Brothers and sisters, the road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship
Not
is
so
in
much.
position, it is time to reveal our purpose. And beneath the Commonwealth, there is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute's scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Synth. A robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous. And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel. and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself. Ad Victoriam.
Ad Victoriam.
Ad Victoriam!
I prefer laser weapons myself. It's a cleaner shot. Leaves that memorable ozone smell behind.
We'll stop the Institute. For Maxon and for the Brotherhood.
Alright.
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
Care about them? I thought we were preparing for war.
The Brotherhood is here to prevent a war by starting one of our own. The difference is, our war won't reduce civilization to ashes.
What do you want from me?
I want you to start taking responsibility for this planet. To start making a difference. And from what I've read in Paladin Dance's reports, you've already begun that journey. Seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers, you couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore, from this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of knight.
Sweet.
And, befitting your title, we're granting you a suit of power armor to protect you on the field of battle. Wear it with pride.
I'll do my best to live up to it.
I'm certain that you will. In any event, once you're finished becoming familiar with the Pridwin and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Pridwin, soldier. Make us proud.
I see.
Vertibird docking systems and fusion coolant feed systems reporting green.
See if we can find our power armor, and it said something about a personal storage. I want to find all that, because that would be nice to have.
Ran across the board, sir. Nothing new.
Good. Carry on, Knight.
Alright.
So how did it look out there?
We've
Paladin
got a
Dance.
lot of work ahead
There
of
you
us,
are.
brother.
How did it go with Elder Maxon?
He's a very dedicated man. It sounds like he stands behind everything he's saying.
Of course he does. How could he afford not to? I just hope you appreciate how much of a chance I'm taking bringing you into the fold this quickly. Not to put too fine a point on it, but if you screw up, we go down together.
Don't worry. I'll be careful.
Good. Because we've got a lot of work ahead of us, and I don't want anything slowing us down. Now, I know you're eager to hop into a suit of power armor and take the fight to the Institute. But first things first. In order to be an effective part of the team, you need to learn your way around this ship and get to know its crew. Since I've been officially assigned to you as your sponsor, I'd recommend taking me along with you.
Oh, shit.
I'll go it alone for now, and come find you when I'm ready.
Suit yourself. I'll be in the mess hall if you need me.
Sounds good. Okay, at least we finished that segment of the quest. Let's just look around for the other stuff here real quick.
Proctor Ingram said she needed this.
Okay, apparently it's underneath us somewhere. What? What? Okay, I'm gonna go back in through here.
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing.
All right. Everything looks nominal.
That looks safe.
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier.
Thanks,
Are you ready for your medical exam?
No.
Can it wait?
That's fine. But I can't clear you for active duty until you've completed the exam and I give you a clean bill of health.
Let me know when you're ready.
Who earns? I don't want to be poked and prodded.
Good. You're finally here. Just set the books down anywhere. I'll get to them as soon as I can.
Do I look like a librarian?
Clean your glasses, Pops.
Pops? What does that mean?
That's right.
Oh, wait, I see. That's in reference to my age. Clever. I'll make a note of that. Since it's obvious that you aren't who I was expecting, would you mind telling me why you're here?
Just learning my way around the Pridwen.
Learning your way around? Ah, I see. You're the new recruit that Paladin Dance described in his report. Under normal circumstances, I'd provide you with a proper orientation of my department. However, I'm woefully behind setting up research patrols and getting bombarded with requests for technical documentation. Unfortunately, I'm lacking the personnel needed to get the job done.
Maybe I can lend you a hand.
That would be splendid. As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for blueprints, memos, manuals, books, charts. Anything containing useful technical data. I'm authorized to pay you for each bundle of documents that you recover. And if you wish to be assigned to a research patrol, I have plenty of them waiting to be filled. In any
Sounds
event,
good.
it was a pleasure to meet you, Knight.
Alright. I guess we're gonna have to submit to the medical testing. Herp derp.
Captain.
Oh, you're back. Good. Are you ready for your medical exam?
Oh god, if I have to.
Sure. Go right ahead.
All right. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions, and I'd like you to answer me to the best of your ability. First question. As a child, were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
How would I know that?
Wouldn't Vault-Tech's screening process have caught this already?
Vault-Tech's screening process? Let me check my notes here. You were a Vault dweller? You're probably healthier than anyone else aboard. Anyway,
right.
Sorry I missed that in your records. Just going down the list of questions. I'm sure you understand. Okay, second question. Have you ever had or come in contact with a person confirmed to be carrying a communicable disease?
Never been seriously sick in my life.
Good, good. Third question. And please, answer honestly. Have you ever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human?
That happens often enough for you to have a question about it?
You'd be surprised how many Wastelanders answer yes to that question. Fortunately, the Brotherhood finds that type of behavior absolutely distasteful. Since you haven't spent too much time in the Wasteland, I'll assume your answer is no. Last question. Would you have any problems pulling the trigger on an enemy of the Brotherhood, whether they're human, formerly human, or machine?
If my life's in danger, I'll do whatever it takes to defend myself.
That's an acceptable answer, and the most common. Excellent. I think I've got all the information I need. I see no reason to prevent you from beginning your duties immediately. If you ever need medical assistance, you let me know.
Alrighty then.
What's our next move?
There. Try it now.
Nothing. I was supposed to report 10 minutes ago. If you can't fix it.
I can fix it. You're the one who...
So, you're the new recruit I heard about. Huh, not what I was expecting.
Where's your armor, dude?
What were you expecting?
The last batch of recruits we took on were Wastelanders. Dirty, beaten up, looking for a handout. They were desperate and looking for an easy out. You look like you're here for a reason. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Pridwen's about to crash into the ground, or a robot's gone haywire, you come see me.
Alright.
Is this where I get my power armor?
Ha! That's always the first question from the new guys. Let's see. I just fixed up a pretty decent T-60 suit. The left leg actuator's a bit sticky, but it'll keep the creeps off of you. It's sitting in Bay 3. There isn't a day that goes by on this tub without 5 or 6 things breaking down. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
I see.
I understand.
Good. Anyway, if you need any work done on your power armor, feel free to use the workshops around here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
Bay 1, Bay 3. So this is my gear. Sweet Jesus, let's just take a look at.
Congratulations on the promotion, Nate.
Mind one of these at the agency.
Okay. So I wonder if it's just because it looks like as I don't have materials
If Elder Max
here.
ordered me to follow him to the gates of...
So I might be able to take this back to base
I'd
and
be the first one to kick them open.
give it some improvements. That might be something fun we can do. Oh, lots of free loot. I'll take it. I need more oil,
Knight.
which you get from the lighters and the oil cans. Yeah. All right, because there's.
I want that synth anywhere near the instrumentation. Understand?
Is that some sort of comment about Valentine?
Elder Maxim got that scar on his face.
That's right. Freak them out, Valentine. Start using all of their stuff, man.
Watch your step on the flight deck. It's a long way down.
Because basically Misty has told me that the Brotherhood don't really like synths, but they also don't really like ghouls, and they don't like, oh god, super mutants or any of the other. They want to like kill everything. So like I'm okay with them not liking the Institute synths, but like
Oh man.
Valentine's
If I
not
wait
like
for us one more time, Captain Kells is
an
gonna-
evil synth, at least not right now that we know of, so there's no reason to be suspicious of him. Plus he's with me.
Just
Let's
fixed
go
the
and see
power.
what this last thing is. Okay.
You might want to check them out.
You keep your pet scent on a short leash, all right?
You keep your mouth on a short leash.
Step forward, Knight.
Right.
Even though they were...
Alright,
Looks uncomfortable in there.
It's not that bad. Now, this is the stowage depot, and I, as you probably already guessed, am the ship's quartermaster, Proctor Teagan. The powers that be have me locked in here, so I can keep an eye on the Brotherhood's valuables.
you want to let me
If you
in?
need to stock up on supplies before you head out on a mission, this is the place to buy them.
That's good to know.
I'm glad you're the agreeable type. When I tell most of the new recruits that they have to buy their own equipment, they give me the stink eye. The good news is by having a constant flow of caps, I'm able to buy whatever you bring me. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in weapons, but I'll take anything useful. Of course, if you're just looking to make a few caps on the side, I might have some extra work for you to do.
Gotcha.
I could use some extra caps.
You need them, and I want you to spend them here. It's a match made in heaven. It just involves a little bit of heavy lifting and interacting with the local farms. And since I'm stuck up here manning this one-man zoo, I need someone to do the legwork for me. After you're done with the meet and greet, we can discuss the details.
Alright.
If you ever need anything else, gun, mod, even ammo, you just let me know.
He probably is fully stocked with ammo.
it comes to keeping
Is that the only way in there?
There's no time to waste. There's work to be done.
I'm gonna be a bastard and just see how badly they react to this. Yep. No. No. It's all stealable stuff. The bastards. At least we know where this stuff is if we ever need to come back and get it, so. Is that it? I can take his extinguisher. Oh my god. Something. Alright, we'll leave him alone with his stuff. You're the best, Valentine. That's awesome. Just screw with their shed.
Let's talk to Proctor Teagan. I bet he has some excellent mods for our power armor.
Actually,
How can I help?
speaking of which, because I am over encumbered, let's take our power armor for a little spin.
Violence to solve their problems. And we have to look around to see where that got us.
Sweet.
Don't let all that horsepower go to your head.
Mwah. Nay.
We'll get used to sitting comfortably underneath massive containers of highly fragile weapons.
I would totally fit down that hole walking on a ladder in my power armor. Totally makes sense. Oh, where did Maxim go? I thought I needed to talk to him. Is he out here? I wonder if any of the suits of power armor have like targeting enhancement on the helmet so that like it'll put a box around enemies. Oh, nope, don't want to kill anybody. Okay, wait, what do I need to do? Okay. Meet with Elder Maxim. Where is he? It says it looks like he's on. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm the king of the world!
You familiarize yourself with the Pridwin's crew. Are you ready for your next assignment, brother?
What sort of assignment are we talking about?
The kind of assignment where all of the training you've done finally begins to pay off. Let's get right to it then. Shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong. And it's infested with super mutants. Having those aberrations of nature close enough to smell is making me sick to my stomach. To make matters worse, they're sitting on top of a massive stockpile of Fat Man shells we could use in our campaign. I want you to head over there, wipe out everything that moves, and secure that stockpile. Understood?
Okie dokie. I'll do it because it doesn't involve killing ghouls, like human ghouls.
I realize you're eager to take the fight to the Institute, but it'll have to wait. The Brotherhood cannot allow those abominations to have a nuclear arsenal at their fingertips.
It's true.
Super mutants with nuclear weapons? You can be able to sleep at night knowing that.
Now, we have a vertibird on standby, fully armed and ready to depart. Use it to carry our message to Fort Strong, and wipe those dirty mutants from the face of the earth. Dismissed.
Oh, alright then. Vroom vroom. Is this where I was supposed to go? No? Dope. LOL. Okay, so where did it want me to go? What am I missing out on here? Okay. Does it not look like that's the only vertibird, and it's pointing to a door? Yeah. Like, what? Okay, let's try that again. That doesn't sound right. Do you think it's because I'm wearing my power armor? Do I need to, like, leave that here? No, I don't want to go to the airport. What is wrong with the situation? Okay, I'm gonna just leave my power armor over here for a second, and we'll see if that changes anything. Like, I don't know why it would. Okay, so let me go put my power armor back on. Herp derp. I don't understand, guys. I thought it was supposed to, like, take me on a magical journey. If I can't figure this out, then I'm gonna just have to do something else, but I would like to be able to go on this mission, use their gunship. I don't want to die by falling off, you know, but alright, let's try it out. This is stupid.
You got a new site.
Yeah, research.
So if I do this, I'm at a loss, guys.
You haven't lived.
Oh,
Wrong.
that's what the problem is. Okay. Sorry for being retarded. I figured it out. Let me go back and grab my suit, and then we will finally get the hell out of here. I wasn't reading the map properly. Alright. So what I wasn't noticing before is that whatever we need to go to is over in this direction somewhere. So yes. Just shoot it in this direction. Also, like, Why couldn't I just board a vertibird up there? Why did I have to come down here to do this? This doesn't make any sense, but at least we frickin' figured out where to go.
Welcome aboard, Knight.
Thank God.
And we're cleared for
See you later, Valentine. It's nice knowing you, bro. Oh. Alright, apparently returning. I thought he said that it's over here. Okay, here we go.
target acquired. I'll try to keep him in your sight.
Alright. Where is he? Go for the big one that's throwing rocks at us. Probably a good idea. Oh, come on. I think I'd have better luck on the ground, actually, you know, like if I could just shoot rockets at it. It would be less dangerous than sending in a whole vertibird to get it destroyed. Alright.
Primary target down. Look at that thing bleed. I'm gonna find a place to set her down. And then hightail it back to the Pridwin for repairs.
What? Oh, so you're gonna leave me here. I see how this works. Just before I get off. Just gonna see if I can get anything else. Because why not when I have infinite ammo, right? There we go. I know, okay, there you go. I know I'm not hitting anything. Just trying to get enemies to come for me. Go. Oh, here we go. Get some! Mwahaha. There we go. Sweet Jesus. Is that it? I don't see anything moving now. I guess we'll get out.
Now you got
Oh, he's swimming somewhere. Sweet Jesus. Is there anybody else around here? Okay, let's see if we can pick up the loot off the super mutant, see if we can find that behemoth. Hopefully his body's still lying around somewhere. Here we go. Excellent. The loot is strong in this one. Oh, Yeah, I don't want to blow myself up or anything. Let's just take all this stuff. Sorry, super mutants, but you had to die. You're not very smart in this game.
No accounting for taste.
If they like had a conscience, I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to kill them, but super mutants pretty much rule of thumb is to shoot you on sight, so. And why am I over encumbered? While I'm wearing power armor? How does that make sense? Okay, next.
Hey.
Let's give you the junk. Because it doesn't make sense to waste fusion core. Just gonna give them all the junk. I know that I'm below. So it does increase, it increased my carry capacity to some degree, but not, doesn't like double it or something. It's maybe an extra 100 or something. Alright, let's secure it for the Brotherhood. Let me do the perimeter check. Sweet Jesus, I wish I could use these. That would be awesome. Oh, take the cigars and the ammo. Okay, let's do it, guys. Sweet Jesus. Time to get ourselves some mini nukes. I want that experimental multi-mini nuke launcher from New Vegas. I can't remember if they had that in Fallout 3. It's been so long.
Tell me we don't need to find something in here, because that may take a while.
Wish a buckethead would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off here.
Huh. Oh, they're
getting hungry.
Very subtle, the super mutants. Let's just see if we can open this. Come on now. Don't really have a. I need like a minigun or an assault rifle or something. Not exactly the best weapons to be taking on this stuff with. Because there's kind of like light weapons and heavy weapons tend to be good for when you're actually wearing your power armor. Also, it's a little harder to tell like where enemies are or what my health is really like while I'm wearing this. Like, I can see the dials, but I have to get used to that. I haven't played in power armor enough. It's not bad though. You don't feel bulkier. Let's see if I turn on my headlamp. Okay, so it works like an actual flashlight. I might have to change the color of that though. I think that's what I'll do in my next episode is customize this armor. Because it'll probably take a minute to do, but I'll do it at the beginning of the episode. Just so we have slightly better gear and I can make the flashlight not so damn ugly. Kinda don't like it when it's yellowy orange. Alright. I know. Concentrate on the mission, Andrew. You can come here and loot later. Alright, let's look for... So mini nukes. Probably have to go through there. Make sure that we've got everything. cleared out to some degree out here. Alright.
Yes.
Nice. Ah, nice. That'll help us. Sweet. Alright, we'll check General Brock's terminal because it sounds kind of important. As of today, command of Fort Strong was passed to me. I'm looking forward to helping the U.S. Army test some of its experimental weapon systems at our facility. Sweet. I've already had the men preparing the island for testing operations by tearing down the old barracks and constructing a simulated town. That's what's outside. Since we'll be fighting the enemy in an urban front, I think that the best way to test these weapons is by seeing how well they'll punch through civilian structures. That's probably not a bad idea. Testing a new batch of T-51B power armor suits that the Army Corps of Engineers just rolled off the assembly line. I'm impressed with the amount of protection they afford our soldiers, yet allow them to a great deal of mobility. I've noticed that the soldiers are still having trouble jumping in these things because of the suit's weight. They often tip over on hard landings. I've had the maintenance boys look at it, and they're suggesting adding a gyroscope and shock absorbers to the lower torso. I'll pass it up the chain and see if I can get Washington to spend the extra money it'll cost for the modification. Things are starting to heat up overseas, so Washington is pushing us to cut our project turnaround times in half. I told him that it would be dangerous, but it seems like we don't have much of a choice. Yes. I've decided to split my staff into Alpha Team and Bravo Team so we can work on 2 projects at the same time. The manpower will be reduced, but I'm convinced that we will still be able to maintain our new schedule. I'm going to put Alpha Team on the power armor and Bravo Team on the new M42 Fat Man launchers. That's what we need to find, guys. We need an M42. Alpha Team just shipped out the first batch of T-51B suits to the front in China. I wonder if we'll ever get a Fallout game in China. Reports are already coming in that the suits are performing better than expected, chewing through enemy tanks and armor like they were paper. Word has it that some of the enemy troops are even surrendering when they catch sight of the power armor. Troops hauling in their 5mm miniguns. Looks like the Alpha Team has earned themselves a weekend pass in Boston. So we need to find Alpha Team as well. Let's see, is this the same? Yeah. Okay. Bravo Team is having a heck of a time getting the M42s not to shoot far enough away from its firing position. What? That doesn't make any sense. The word "not" shouldn't be in that sentence. Oh well. The problem is that the warhead is still too heavy to fire the distance required. Our simulated soldiers are still soaking far too many rads and suffering blast burns. One of the technicians has suggested the radical idea of using a conventional depleted subcharge to catapult the round rapidly out of the launcher. His calculations look sound, so I'm going to let him give it a try. So launch a nuke with another nuke is essentially what we're hearing here. After a few design setbacks and loss of one of our testing squads, we finally perfected the M42 launcher's firing mechanism. Washington has been riding me to wrap this project up, but with a weapon this potent, I was inclined to take my time. We sent the launchers ahead to the supply yard in Mississippi. I see. We're just waiting to go ahead to ship the warheads wherever they need to go. Hopefully we can get those nukes out of here before the month is out. I don't feel comfortable sleeping 20 feet above enough nukes to reduce this island to ash. Okay, so we know where the nukes are now. And we need to find an M42. They've apparently been sent up the Mississippi, which does us no help.
When was the last time someone came through?
Hell yeah.
Yep. I found quite a few of those so far, so my sneaking should actually be pretty decent now. Okay, let's go back. Oh, well, okay. I don't know how to get upstairs. Oh, well, maybe using the stairs would be a good idea, Andrew. Oh, well, there we go. Who needs stairs? Stairs over chumps. Okay.
Anything I can lug for you?
Okay, so we're actually closed off up here, which is interesting. I guess we can head back down. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the elevator, see if we can find these fat men, and that'll be today's activities. But well, that's kind of cool. Alright. I would like to find an M42. That would be worth the trip to Boston. And so far we've used up just a little bit more than half of the fusion core with the amount of time we've spent in the power armor, so that's not bad. It could be worse. Like, I'm glad that it doesn't just, like, use it up constantly. Seems to be contextual. You use up more when you're running versus when you're walking. Okay. Bunch of useless stuff in here. Might be super mutants down here somewhere. Just looking for the explosives, guys. I'll come back in here and loot out all of this stuff. Yeah. Washrooms. Oh.
Took some bright minds to build a place like this.
What's that?
Someone's coming.
Ooh, yeah. Don't want to go up against that while I'm over encumbered, particularly. You damn dirty ape. Just slowly backing my way out of here. Come on, really? Don't want to get shot by the guy with the missile launcher. Come on now. Really? Alright, well, at least that worked. Okay, buddy. Thank God. Not that I know if I need it, but I'm gonna just take that anyways. Okay. Man, it sucks being over encumbered in power armor. Where's your ammo, guys? Okay, so that was the one with the rocket launcher. Nope. I guess I'll go in the direction of the map marker. Probably make the most sense. Wow, yeah. If I like sit here for a second, does my AP? Yeah, AP's coming back. Okay. Thank God. Oh, what? Something alive. It's not good. Oh, shit.
Look,
thanks, Dance.
You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Absolutely. Wiping them out was a pleasure.
I wish all of mankind shared your sentiment.
Can't believe what I'm hearing. No one likes super mutants, but it sounds like you two are advocating genocide.
These monstrosities are just another example of man blindly taking a step forward, only to wind up stumbling 2 steps back.
True.
I've been fighting for years, trying to put a stop to this madness. And just when I thought we were getting the upper hand, along come the synths. I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they ever got the upper hand?
Or if synths became super mutants? Oh my God.
Everything we hold dear. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to understand how important these missions are.
I hear you, bro.
Makes sense.
Anyway, that's enough of that. What's important here is that you got the job done and secured these warheads. You should head back up to the Prydwen and talk to Maxim. I'm sure he'll want to debrief you as soon as possible. Dismissed.
Okay, let's just go do that real quick, and then that'll be it.
Then there's everything else. Nothing.
See you later, bro. Like, if the super mutants were non-hostile, I could agree with Valentine's position a little bit more, but it's like, if the super mutants had their way, they would be killing all of us. So it would be not genocide of super mutants, but genocide of me. So, kind of, when you go to war, kind of have to fight some battles, right? So, if it's either us or them, or me or them, then yeah, sorry. Super mutants are gonna get chosen second there. But let's head back to Maxon and hand this mission in for the day. And yeah, I'm looking for, like, I'm gonna come back here and loot out this area, but I'm also going to take this armor back to Sanctuary Hills so we can modify it for our next, or level it up, or whatever you want to say it, however you want to put it. Alright, here we go.
Watch your step out here. It's a long way down.
Yeah, that is a good point. It is not exactly the safest design for a ship, even with railings that are at waist height. Kind of want railings that are like 3/4 the height of a man, so that it doesn't just get folded over at the waist and thrown out of the ship if it takes a turn. Just saying. Alright. Come on. Over-encumbered sucks.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way, because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these.
These
signal
nuts.
grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Huh, that's interesting.
Where can I get more signal grenades?
I'd use the supply I gave you sparingly. These devices are far more complex than a standard smoke grenade. Should you need more, you should acquire them from proper Tegan.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of him.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth. An even greater task lies ahead. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribes, the reading indicated a level of technology that only the Institute could achieve. The moment this information came to light, our mission became clear. The Institute, and everyone responsible for the creation of the synths, must be eliminated at all costs.
Sounds about right.
Goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've come up empty-handed.
Where do I start?
I want you to get out there and become our eyes and ears on the ground. You seem to have a vested interest in locating the Institute before we met, so I'm confident you'll travel in the right circles. If you discover a way in, I need you to report it to me immediately. Any questions, Knight?
I'll think about it.
Any suggestions where I should look next?
I'd pursue your lead regarding Dr. Amari. I'm not certain if she's a crackpot, or if she can genuinely assist your search. But our sources say she has some interesting technology at her disposal. Anything else, Knight?
How the hell did you know about that?
Not right now, Elder.
Very well, then. Dismissed.
He knows too much. We must kill him. No. Yeah. No, that's just really weird that he knew about Dr. Amari. I haven't mentioned anything to anybody here. Maybe Dance knew? I don't know. How would Dance know? I'm not sure.
Might appear compassionate, but I can assure you, the Institute will face his wrath.
Okay, guys, so that is going to be it for today's episode, but join me again next time, and we will be upgrading some power armor, and I guess going to find Dr. Amari in Good Neighbor, because that seems like the next logical thing to do if both of these missions are telling me to go and do that next, so sounds like some fun, exciting times await us at the Memory Den. Woot! So, thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you again next time. Woot!